Hello friends, today I'd like to talk about mastering situation and circumstances. And the reason I chose to talk about it today is because I find that in life, all kinds of situations show up. And in real life, real things happen. Many times there are things we never planned for. We didn't even anticipate, and we just find these things happening. And I find a lot of the times, many people are kind of placed under, their situations and circumstances, that the situations dictate, what happens to them. I never forget the story, real story of an experience I had when in the course of a Bible study. One of our Bible study group member, talked about what he calls situational sin. And he said that there are situations that, just paralyze you, leave you with no option. And you find out that you do things that you don't want to do simply because the situations before you are overwhelming. Now, and that is one of the excuses a lot of people offer, either for allowing their life drift away or for being in a place where they don't want to be. And I find that, the will of God for each and every one of us is not to be subjugated and dominated by our situations and our circumstances, but that what is most important, regardless of whatever situation and circumstances, that the will of God is done in our life. The promise of God, the word of God, and whatever God says should stand. And so I find through the word of God that it is God's will for us to be in charge of our situations, our circumstances, regardless of how they come at us. So, from the Bible, I realize that it is very important that, you and I, constantly, stand up to whatever situation comes our way and not allow those situations to now be the decider of what happens to us, but rather what God says. And that's why I believe Paul said, we walk by faith and not by sight. We don't allow what we see or what we feel to dictate what happens to us, but rather we know what it is that God would have us. And even tempting and trying situation. That's why Paul said in Romans chapter 6 verse 14, he says, sin shall not have dominion over us. The things that want to cage us and hold us down. I think how do we address those situations? The first thing is to have a desire within our heart that we will not allow the situations and circumstances that confront us be the determinants of what happens to us. But rather, what we know is God's will for us. Let it be what we will stand on and find the inner conviction and strength, and the courage to confront the situations and the circumstances in our life. I believe in changing situations and changing circumstances. And as those situations are in our situation, if they're not palatable, they're not what we expect, we don't let them condition us and keep us where we are. So guess what? This morning I'm here to challenge you, to encourage you, to tell you that don't allow any negative or adverse situation or circumstances condition you. Rather, if it is not in line with the vision you have for your life, with the promise of God for your life, then confront those situations and circumstances. And I tell you, you will not only dominate them, you will take charge and you will rise above your situation and circumstances. God bless you and have a wonderful day.